One more minute. I just brought the school page up just to make people aware of a few things as well, just to see what's going on. Tony, you've got a question here which I'm going to answer. So I'll read out this question that Tony has on the website because it's a little bit confusing. Tony's asked, I have a website with a landing page built in. If someone wants to see my first and only course, they hit the link on the sales page and the course which are on the subdomain on Thinkific. My website scores at 85% versus 60% for the Thinkific subdomain. I think he's talking about actually the score within a software tool for SEO quality. I'm thinking the most important one is to get right as a website. Is that correct? So it's a lower rating on Thinkific take away from my website. I'm curious to see if I'm right. So Tony is in the UK. I've talked to him a couple of times before. So interesting enough, these are things that probably don't have a big difference. He's talking about the how the website scores as far as SEO value, as in errors and all those type of things. And it doesn't really have a lot of difference from if you're linking from one to another. It's not going to do. It's not going to make any difference. Having it on a subdomain is the right way of doing it. Subdomains are actually treated different than your main domain. So your www is your main domain, and anything that's in a subdomain is treated as a different website. I don't recommend using subdomains unless it's we're going to store certain people's information like databases or things like that. Otherwise, just put everything in a subfolder, and that's fine. There's no effect either way if Tony gets to listen to this. I've got another assistant come up. Look at that. So yeah, it really has no effect. You focus on your site, definitely focus on your content, focus on building it out, and just watch what happens and see how things work. That's probably that question. So one more I've popped up recently, which I've actually deleted the post, where someone asked, what niche should I start in to rank my site easily? Well, there isn't a niche that you can rank your site easily. Anything with any sort of search volume is going to have a lot of work. I pointed the person back to the actual understanding the game video, and that's you need to understand the game going in. This building up a website, making it quickly rank in a couple of months, it doesn't happen anymore unless, I have to say this, unless the website has been up before and you buy an existing website, and that way you can do those through Google buy websites. You can find them all over the place. You do your due diligence on that website, which means you have a look at it, the quote, the traffic, have a look at the links coming to the website. I use Ahrefs, which is the best way to do that as well. That's got the best link database. I'll talk about that in a minute because I've got a couple other announcements. So from that point of view, if you want to buy an existing website, it's definitely a step up. It's going to cost you some decent money because they are not cheap. But if something has been awake, or should I say in use on the internet for a lot longer, then it's built up some sort of authority that it's more likely to rank quicker than it is if you're going to start with something that's starting at a brand new domain. You've got to build up a lot of credibility. Now there is a term called the Google Sandbox, which I don't know whether it's a myth or a actual thing, but that your website won't rank for anything up to sort of 6 months when it's brand new. I don't think it's actually true. I think it just needs to build up credibility, and you can do that quicker and more aggressive when you get started, and you can rank faster. But I just think it's a matter of you haven't got enough authority, you haven't done enough on the site to actually get any traction. And so that's my 2 cents on the Google Sandbox. It's a very opinionated subject where there's many different people say different things about it. It's not worth worrying about, to be honest. You still got to do the same things. There's a lot of distractions in my industry about doing things in a certain microcosm way, and a lot of it has, and I know this from agencies, it's doing a lot of minor things which have very little impact, which is really, agencies do this to make sure that the website doesn't have any major errors before they start to rank it. but a lot of times they'll fix a lot of small things which will have 0.1% effect maybe. So, but they do have to look at that. So that's that side. So what's changing? So over the last week or so, I've been working on three things. The three things I've been working on is a better keyword ranking system. The one that I recommended, SE ranking. Yes, it's good, but it actually has more than you need most of the time. If you just want to check your ranking, it's an overkill. So simple for it does a lot of other things. They focus on the technical. All times you'll get the technical seminars from them, etc. But at the same time, it doesn't really give you much more. In fact, I should hit. No, I won't hit record now. Too late. So that's one thing. So I'm hitting on that's. I'm looking to move away from SE ranking. They also keep putting their prices up, which doesn't help. I'm looking at, and I had two calls this week with, one call coming, with the guys at keywords.com, because I went looking for them, and their interface is really simple. It does one thing, and it does it really well, and that's track your ranking. You can try it out with a free level account. I think I'm tracking 4 keywords or something, and I think the keyword, if you're tracking up to 50 keywords, I think it's $4 a month or something tiny like that. If you want to go, if you're doing a lot, so here is a scale. If we want to track up to 5,000 keywords, then that's $26 a month with some sort of API add-in. Does it all, does a lot, and it's really easy to read, which is the main thing. It's simple. It's got the what I love about Facebook. You go to log in and it remembers your login every time, so you don't have to do that. It drops you into where you want to go, and it seems perfect. So what I've done is I've approached them. I had a call with one of their main guys this week, and I've approached them to get a discount for the group. So don't go and sign up for me. I'm going to do a webinar with them later on this week and record it and walk you through it, and also get a discount for you guys. So that's keyword.com. So the other two things I've been working on is the backlinks module. It's taken longer than I thought because the industry is even changing. Even recently, my opinion's changed in the last week. So I'm changing the way that's put together as well, because I've seen what's going on. I've been tracking the data. I've been watching different things. So that has been done and redone several times. It's going to be a very different video compared to the others. It's going to be, all the technical side is fairly easy to follow, but this stuff is a little bit different. I won't go into too much, but it's going to be in depth, and you're going to get an understanding of what it takes to create backlinks to a website and understanding the game more. And I'll tell you this, Ahrefs is my go-to for checking backlinks. There are other tools around, but what I've found is Ahrefs has the biggest database. A lot of these other tools claim to have backlinks tools, but then when you go and check the links, there's actually nothing there. The link is actually gone, so they're not that reliable. So Ahrefs is the better option, and that's why I'm also talking about that. Also, Ahrefs came out with a $29 a month plan instead of their $129 plan, which is really for agencies anyway. So it's just a better offer altogether. I don't gain anything referencing them. I use it. So that's two. Number 3 is I'm working on a paid backlink service that's going to be a done-for-you type service. Every agency I've ever been to, every client's work that I've ever done, the biggest challenge is getting backlinks to the website. That's where a lot of work comes in. A lot of work needs to be done, and it's a long, slow, consistent flow that you need to have. So I thought, well, the easiest way to provide some value is if you want this service, I'll just do it for you. And the pricing, it hasn't been worked out, but it's a matter of going through some of the resources that I have and saying, okay, can I get this done in an efficient manner rather than going to an agency. Some of these agency fees, they start at sort of $3,000-4,000 a month. And that's because of the amount of work that goes into it. I've got a few resources I actually use, which bring it back and make it more efficient. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. I think I've covered most things. I've also been deleting a few posts for people in the group. People just going in there and straight out pitching straight away. It's against the terms of service of a group. So if anybody's in there thinking about doing that, your post will get deleted pretty quickly. I didn't build this group for people to get DM'd every 5 minutes by someone trying to sell something. If you want that, go back to Facebook. So go well. I've covered all of 11 minutes this morning. Hey Dawn, have you got any questions that you want to jump in and ask today? No, it looks like it's me and myself today. Look at that. So I will be having these calls every Friday. I've been rather slack prior to this, and I've now slotted them in a regular time. So I will have these every Friday morning at 8 o'clock my time, whichever time that is now. It's in the calendar. Be sure and check the calendar for the calls and things that are coming up. I will have more when I have possible guests to bring in. Um, School as a platform is growing fantastically fast, and it's bringing in lots of um, processes to bring more people in. So it's a really good platform. I'm relatively new to it, but I'm definitely finding my way as it's a great tool and great value. So in all of that, it looks like there's nothing else coming up at the moment. I've got a couple of note takers that have turned up, but that's about it. So I'm going to sign off and wish everyone a good weekend. Bye for now.